So today on Project Shop, we're over here with Oliver, and we're gonna have a massive micro scrap out, and we're gonna attempt to clean the bench off. Bench clean attempt number 500. We got a bunch of pallets and carts and bins of scrap we need to go through. I'm gonna cut some of this, these rotors. I have a bunch of pallets outside with just random stuff. And then we're gonna work on cleaning up the front of the shop over here. It's an absolute mess. So we gotta get all that stuff out of the way because it's kind of in my way when I'm coming in and out of the shop with the forklift. We're gonna work our way right up into here and then right out the back door and get to the mess that I got out there. So I'm going to get my vise clamped back down on the table, because when you're doing a lot of micro scrapping and tearing down, it's really good to have a nice vise. And I'm actually in the market for a bigger vise. Wait till you see the one I want to get. Okay, we got the jaw on deck over here, ready to tear up some scrap. Oliver's taking apart some automotive stuff. We got these, they're like air pumps from a car that was on there. I don't know if this was for like an air ride suspension or whatever. This is, just throw this in the shred. This ain't worth nothing. So we got our bins. We got an aluminum bin. That's going to be steel, iron, aluminum, or what they call smelter down in Miami. A stainless steel bin. That's going to be for shred. And we're going to have to get a copper. I think I'm going to use this for copper. Now we don't have a lot here on the table, but over the next, probably tonight, we're going to do the barbecue on the big rotors. And we might have some other copper around here we'll get into. But we're probably going to recover a lot of aluminum today. Oh, I got some big bus bars over here. As soon as we make a little room on the table, we'll bring these over. Get these out of my life. Some nice nuggets of copper in there. And then same with these here. I'm tired of looking at this. We're going to bring this over and get rid of it. We got some aluminum pans someone gave me. I might keep the pot. Maybe I can make myself some lunch in the shop. Oh, my pry bar. Okay, yeah. We're gonna clear the table, and then we're gonna start here and clear all this stuff that's scrap. Oh, that's iron aluminum. We got these. Pretty sure these were ceiling fans. Now we got a whole bin of like automotive scrap. Probably gonna be a lot of iron aluminum in there. So for starters, I'm gonna crunch some stuff up. Oh, look at this. Oliver recovered these big nuggets of copper yesterday. So that's the only copper we got so far. Man, that's a lot of weight right there. I wonder how much that weighs. It's my little bucket. All right, anyway, I'm gonna clean this drum out here, and we're gonna use that for copper. This is actually, I think, copper and brass. So we'll kind of munch that up with the jaw here and see what we get out of it. Little nuggets. First copper in the barrel. All right. Aluminum. I think there's copper in here. Yep. That's some type of automotive, maybe like a battery terminal thing or something. Hey man, you can't be wasting that much time on that thing. Look. Cut them off and send it. I got time for that. That might be brass. See if you can't get them screws undone. If not, send it out, man. I'm gonna go break the glass over there. Look at that. Some brass. Oh. Don't like that. We'll just consider that our 3%. Brass, more stainless, cast. Nice piece of copper. Some pumps. Throw that in the pile of motors that are going to go in the incinerator. Got a little bit of brass up in there. I don't know if we can get that out. There's some real micro scrap in here. Little coils of copper. Copper. See, that top is solid brass. Yep, big old brass ball. Nice little nuggets of copper. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this whole top piece is brass. Got to clean the fence off. Got that magnet stuff on there. Down. Down, down, down. This is what you went to school for, man. They teach you about all this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you understand what's going on here?
Bunch of breakers.
Some big piece of copper, that's what I understand. All right, man, tear into it. Looks like you need a star bit or Phillips. Some sockets. To get this off, you might have to pull the cover off. I don't know. Them sockets might reach down in there. All right, have at it, man. Have fun. May 2016, this wasn't even that old. Handcrafted with pride, Genie House, Vincenttown, New Jersey, my home state. Wow, 930 series. I wonder how much that's worth. I know how much it's worth in scrap. I bet this thing looked really nice when it was new. All brass. Dude, there's some big nuggets of copper in here, man. Back in, man. Oh, look at that. Woo. Look at that. That's a big giant bar, man. I've never seen a bus bar like that. That's awesome. bar weighs 2 pounds by itself. The jaw, I was pushing them out with the jaw. And it just makes for less of a mess. Yeah, that thing's hitting proper now. So maybe we'll try that on the next one. But I'll tell you what, I'm thoroughly impressed with the bandsaw, the portaband. This is where my hydraulics would work better for this. I gotta put my gloves back on. Every time I change cameras, I take my gloves off, because I think originally why I destroyed the rubber buttons is touching them with dirty, gritty gloves, and the grit just tore the rubber up. Or I'm just overall rough on shit. So, yeah, I really should have this in the press and be using hydraulics for this. But this isn't too bad. And that is a nice chunk of copper. You know, things like this air chisel and a portaband, for years it's not anything I ever really used. Most of the scrap I did for years was stripping wire and transformers. And anything I did have to take apart, like what Oliver just did, it just unbolted. So anytime I needed to cut anything, look at that. That's nice. It was either Sawzall or a grinder. All right, let's put one of these on here. See if we can't get it off with the air chisel. Maybe that portaband would work better coming like this. Let me try that. what, man. I really like that. It's making a mess. I'm missing my pan. But you really gotta keep that blade straight. So I think what I'm gonna come up with, and I've thought about this for years, is having a bandsaw, but I want to be able to run things into it but not have it like move around. So what I want to do is put like some type of vise on some type of slide mechanism that I can slide it into the cut and it not move around. I don't have to have my fingers next to it, and it can just cut the stuff. Is that aluminum on the side? Is that other one aluminum? And you might not be done with that other one. We got another. This one they already robbed the big breakers off of, but there's still tons of good bus bar and some more of those 2-pounders, 2, 4, 6 pounds right there. So he got a nice chunk out of there, man. These things are sweet, man. I should probably save these, but scrap yards are calling. All right, let's try this air hammer. This is much louder. And we got a very blunt. Now I had bought this quick release thing from Harbor Freight for like $8 or whatever. It was on clearance. I now know why it's on clearance. Because the damn tools get stuck in there. The balls in there that are supposed to release, they're not hardened, so they get trashed with that thing vibrating against it. And now the blade's stuck on there pretty much. Wow. Oh, got under the laminate. Try that bandsaw one more time. Okay. First problem I see with that, actually two problems. One, it was pulling copper up in here, and I'm sure that's not good for the saw. 2, it was having a hard time penetrating, because this is a bigger one. It was having a hard time penetrating on the inside. So I think I'm going to go with the air chisel on this one. Look at that. We are getting the bars out. I'm going to cut this out. Dude, that's the first time I've ever been able to pull them aluminum bars out of there. That's awesome. So on that rotor we did recover a bunch of aluminum. Hey man. All right. We're gonna hit the time lapse. I'm gonna try the bandsaw on some of these smaller ones. But ultimately, I like the air hammer, man. I think I am gonna invest in one like Steve had. That was like a Matco. He said he did pay like over $400 for it. Maybe they've come down in price. Probably not with the way the economy is. But I can see a proper air chisel with the proper bits, the button, a big fat spade, a little spade. Definitely for doing this is a must-have. I personally don't like the grinding. I don't like the dust, so I like the idea of just slicing through it. I don't think it'd be worth trying to push the shaft out and splitting these little ones with a blade. I just don't think that's feasible. This thing, my little heart, we're gonna cut. That'd probably be a good candidate for the bandsaw. You know, it all depends on the application, man. So I'm just gonna work the crap out of this thing. I'm gonna have to look already. I gotta sharpen that. By the end of the day, there's gonna be nothing left of this thing. But hopefully we'll get the table cleared off. We're getting there. We got all these nuggets. You know how we love our copper nuggets over here. Man, it must be getting near lunchtime because I'm hungry. All right. It's definitely not enough, but we're getting there. All right, we're gonna time lapse and knock out the rest of the stuff until lunchtime. And then we'll come back and we'll find some more stuff to tear down. All right, man, we're making some good progress here. A lot of tedious micro scrapping, but we're getting some nuggets. Now, these things here, they do add up, but they make a freaking mess. No matter what you do, whether it's the portaband, the chip and hammer, or the air chisel, or the grinder, it's gonna sling this stuff everywhere. So my recommendation would be clean the area really well before you start. That way you're pretty much just picking up the copper. Now, the area was somewhat clean, so what I'll do is sweep this up, run a mag over it real quick, and then, you know, we'll get our stuff. Here's what I found out. If you see this one here, I didn't cut both sides on the one side. I literally just took the air chisel, and if you strategically cut in there, you only need to cut half of it. And I'll tell you what, man, that where's that thing I was using? I was using that puller. The seal puller works amazing for pulling that stuff out, man. It was yanking that stuff out. Oh, here it is. And then I had to use a hammer on the backside. It's really nice getting that down in there, and you get tons of leverage. You're just pushing it right out. Now, I wasn't sitting there trying to collect each piece. I was just ripping it out and moving to the next one. That's the way I would do it. I would actually put that a little higher or something to collect the stuff. I'd just rip it out and move on. But that works great. And I'm sure if you had something on the backside, if you actually had like a chip and or air hammer with something flat, you could probably just crack the backside of that with the air hammer, and I'll explore that in the future. That might even be the way to go, but that worked out. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we got Oliver over here tearing into this massive switch. This was a 1200 amp breaker switch, automatic transfer switch. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? It's probably got a lot of torque in there. You might have to take those off. Well, just get it off of there, but you might have to take it off here. What voltage is that? Oh, it's 115 volt. We might plug that in and see if it works. Here, cut these back here as far as you can, or unscrew them, get them out of there. Yeah, get that out off of there, leave that thing intact. We're gonna disconnect this from here, get these breakers off, and then me and Steve looked these breakers up. They were like $4 grand new or something like that, something ridiculous. A guy came and offered me 500 bucks for the 2 of them. I might let him go for that because that's way more than I would get scrapping them. But you know, there is some big silver contacts in there. You're gonna have to get, you got 2 bolts up here, dude. Just pull this whole thing off, leave it right on that plate. You know, take that off, and then just leave that.
If I can't reach it.
You can't reach it?
Oh.
Well, you need an extension.
It's got an angle.
No, man, get an extension. Where's that extension I gave you earlier? Use that. No, take this off. Put the extension on there. Yeah, there you go.
Don't use it too much.
Huh?
Don't use it too much.
Nah, man. Sometimes you need to extend that shit out, dude. Whatever it takes to get to the bolts, man. Alright, while he's doing that, I'm gonna tear into this contact switch. He's just taking that off the board. We're not gonna pull any copper out of that. This is probably a very expensive contact switch, but I don't know if this is 100 amps, man. That's crazy. I don't know if it's any good. If anything, there should be some nice copper in here. We're gonna start at the top and work our way down. Okay. Is that brass? Nope. There's your coil. I don't know if that's copper or metal. Oh. I think my bit is too fat. Okay. Of course, it's got to be the flatheads, man. These electrical companies love flatheads. I don't know why. I'm not sure if I'm even... I might be just wasting my time trying to get these out. Yeah. Let me check and see if they're magnetic. Yeah, it's a waste of time. Might be necessary though to get that out. That's just like that, what's that, Bakelite stuff? It's got metal in it, so we're going to throw that with the thread. There's your coil of copper. It's 120 volt, square D, prepared steel. And then we got what looks like some big old silver contacts. Nice. They look like they were used too. Wow. That's like slightly magnetic. It's like this copper's pressed in or something. It's got a couple little pieces of metal in it. We'll throw that with the shred. I'm going to keep these springs, put them with the goodie box. We got some extruded aluminum. More silver contacts to add to my silver contact bucket. I could probably go ahead and nip all that copper off of there. Oh, I just went and got more oxygen for my torch so I can get all these contacts off. I gotta find it. Set them over there for now, but look at the size of them contacts, man. Huge. Well, they're not the biggest ones, but they're pretty big. Alright, let's see if we can't get the rest of that copper out of there. Freaking air gun for the win. Looks like a brass insert. I don't know if we can get that out. Got 2 screws in it. We'll send that with the shred. Huh. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a nice chunk of brass. Okay. Here's another contact switch. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. copper dance before? £1,165.